Hello, and welcome. Let's begin our time together by settling into a quiet space, both physically and mentally. I want you to join me in a conversation about something that visits many of us in the silent, lonely hours of the night. It's that unwelcome guest that arrives long after the sun has set, and the world has grown still. It's the sudden jolt that pulls you from sleep, or the slow, creeping feeling of dread that prevents you from drifting off in the first place. I'm talking about nighttime anxiety. It's the racing heart, the churning stomach, the mind that suddenly snaps to attention at 3 in the morning, replaying conversations from years ago or rehearsing worries about tomorrow. It's a feeling of being utterly alone in the darkness, trapped in a loop of what-ifs, while the rest of the household sleeps peacefully. If this experience sounds familiar, I want you to hear this first and foremost. You are not alone. This is an incredibly common challenge, particularly as we navigate our senior years. Our sleep patterns naturally change, our bodies communicate with us in new ways, and the quiet of the night can sometimes amplify the concerns that we are able to keep at bay during the busy daylight hours. Worries about health, about family, about finances, or simply a vague, unnamed sense of unease can feel immense and insurmountable when there are no distractions to soften their edges. This experience is real, it is valid, and it does not mean you are broken or weak. It simply means you are human, navigating the complexities of a long and full life. The purpose of our conversation today is not to offer a magic pill or a quick fix. Instead, we are going to embark on a journey together to explore gentle, natural, and empowering remedies that can help you reclaim a sense of peace and tranquility when darkness falls. We will treat this not as a battle to be won, but as an opportunity to listen to our bodies and minds, and to provide them with the comfort and support they are asking for. We will delve into 5 key areas, 5 natural approaches that can become your personal toolkit for calm. These are ancient practices and simple, modern strategies that you can begin to weave into the fabric of your life. Please remember, this is a guide for comfort and support. It is always essential to speak with your doctor about any persistent anxiety or sleep issues, as they can provide personalized medical advice and ensure there are no underlying health conditions that need attention. So take a soft breath, and let's begin our exploration of how to find your calm in the quiet of the night. Our first, and perhaps most powerful, remedy is one that you carry with you at every single moment of every day. It is free, it is always available, and it is the most direct link we have to the state of our nervous system. We are going to talk about the profound power of your own breath. When anxiety strikes in the middle of the night, your body instinctively shifts into its emergency response mode, often called the fight or flight response. Your sympathetic nervous system takes over. Your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, your heart rate increases, and your muscles tense up, preparing for a threat that, in the case of nighttime anxiety, isn't actually there. Your breath is both a symptom of this state and a key to changing it. By consciously changing the way you breathe, you can send a direct, powerful signal to your brain that the emergency is over, that you are safe, and that it is time to stand down. You can use your breath to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, which lowers your heart rate and allows your body to relax. Think of your breath as the manual override switch for your body's alarm system. One of the most effective techniques for this is known as 4-7-8 breathing. It is a simple, rhythmic practice that acts as a natural tranquilizer for the nervous system. To practice it, find a comfortable position. You can be lying in bed or sitting up. Place the very tip of your tongue against the ridge of tissue just behind your upper front teeth, and keep it there for the entire exercise. Now let's begin. First, exhale completely through your mouth, making a gentle whooshing sound. Then, close your mouth and inhale quietly through your nose to a mental count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold your breath for a count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finally, exhale completely through your mouth, making that whooshing sound again, for a count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That completes one cycle. Let's try it again together. Inhale through your nose for 4, hold for 7, and exhale through your mouth for 8. The most important part of this practice is the long, extended exhale. It is the part that most profoundly stimulates the relaxation response. When you first start, do not do more than 4 cycles in a row. It is a very powerful technique. You can practice this when you first get into bed to prepare for sleep, and more importantly, you can use it immediately when you wake up in the night with a racing heart. It gives your anxious mind a simple, concrete task to focus on, pulling you out of the whirlpool of worry and anchoring you in the present moment. Another wonderfully grounding technique is called diaphragmatic breathing, or belly breathing. So often when we are anxious, our breathing becomes shallow and confined to our chests. This is an inefficient way to breathe that only perpetuates the feeling of anxiety. Belly breathing helps us return to our most natural, relaxed breathing pattern. To try this, lie comfortably on your back. Place one hand gently on your upper chest, and the other hand on your belly, just below your rib cage. Now take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. As you inhale, focus on letting your belly rise and expand, like you are inflating a small balloon inside it. Try to keep the hand on your chest as still as possible. Then, as you exhale slowly through your mouth, feel the hand on your belly gently fall as your abdomen contracts. The simple act of focusing on the physical sensation of your belly rising and falling is incredibly calming. It takes the focus away from the anxious thoughts in your head and places it squarely in your body. It reteaches your body that a state of calm feels like a slow, deep expansion and contraction in your core. Practicing this for just 5 to 10 minutes before bed can work wonders in setting a relaxed tone for the night ahead. Your breath is your anchor in the storm of anxiety. Learn to use it, and you will always have a pathway back to calm. Our second remedy invites us to look to the wisdom of nature, to the gentle, soothing properties of certain herbs that have been used for centuries to calm the mind and spirit. These are nature's allies in our quest for nighttime peace. Before we discuss them, it is absolutely crucial to state that you should always consult with your doctor or a qualified pharmacist before adding any new herb or supplement to your routine. This is especially important if you are taking any prescription medications, as some herbs can have interactions. With that important understanding, let's explore a few gentle helpers. Perhaps the most well-known and beloved of these is chamomile. This delicate, daisy-like flower is more than just a comforting beverage. It contains an antioxidant called apigenin, which binds to specific receptors in the brain that are known to decrease anxiety and help initiate sleep. The ritual of preparing a cup of chamomile tea can be a remedy in itself. An hour or so before you plan to go to sleep, begin the process. Use loose-leaf chamomile flowers if you can, as they are often more potent and flavorful than prepackaged tea bags. Heat your water, but don't let it come to a rolling boil, as this can damage the delicate compounds in the flowers. Pour the hot water over the chamomile, cover the mug to trap the aromatic steam, and let it steep for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Then find a quiet place to sit, away from screens. Hold the warm mug in your hands, inhale the sweet, apple-like scent, and sip it slowly. Make this a mindful practice. This simple, warm, and fragrant ritual sends a powerful signal to your body and mind that the day is over, and it is now time to unwind. It becomes a sensory cue for relaxation. Another powerful herbal ally, primarily used for its scent, is lavender. The fragrance of lavender has been cherished for its calming properties for thousands of years, and modern science is beginning to understand why. The primary active component in lavender, an aromatic compound called linalool, has been shown to have a relaxing effect on the nervous system, capable of lowering heart rate and blood pressure. One of the easiest and safest ways to use lavender is through aromatherapy. You can place a few drops of high-quality lavender essential oil into a diffuser and let it run in your bedroom for an hour before you go to sleep. The gentle mist will fill the room with a calming scent that you associate with rest. Alternatively, you can put a drop or two on a cotton ball or tissue and place it inside your pillowcase, so you can inhale the gentle aroma as you drift off. Another wonderful practice is to add lavender oil or dried lavender flowers to a warm bath as part of your evening routine. The combination of the warm water and the soothing scent can be incredibly effective at releasing both physical and mental tension. For those seeking a slightly more potent herbal option, there is valerian root. This herb has been used since the time of ancient Greece and Rome as a remedy for insomnia and nervousness. It is thought to work by increasing the levels of a neurotransmitter in the brain called GABA. GABA has a calming effect, and its mechanism is similar to how some prescription anti-anxiety medications work. Valerian has a very strong, earthy odor that some people find unpleasant, which is why it is most commonly taken in capsule or tincture form about an hour before bedtime. It is important to know that for some people, the effects of valerian are cumulative, meaning it may take a week or two of consistent use to notice a significant benefit. Because it is a more powerful herb, the need to discuss its use with your doctor is even more critical. These herbal allies are not meant to be a sledgehammer against sleeplessness, but rather a gentle, fragrant hand guiding you toward a state of natural calm. Our third remedy is about the power of predictability and intention. It involves creating a personal and sacred ritual that I like to call a mindful wind-down routine. Sleep is not an on-off switch. You cannot expect to go from the high alert of a busy day, or from watching a stimulating television program, and immediately fall into a deep, restful sleep. We need to create a buffer zone, a sort of runway for sleep that allows our bodies and minds to gradually decelerate. This routine should ideally begin 60 to 90 minutes before you intend to turn out the lights. The first and perhaps most important rule of this routine is to declare a digital sunset. The blue light emitted from the screens of our televisions, smartphones, tablets, and computers is a powerful saboteur of sleep. It sends a signal to our brain that it is still daytime, which actively suppresses the production of melatonin, the crucial hormone that regulates our sleep-wake cycles. Making the conscious decision to turn off all screens at least an hour before bed is one of the most significant gifts you can give to your nighttime peace. So, what do you do in this screen-free time? You begin to gently transition both your body and your mind. For your body, this could mean taking a warm bath or shower. This is not only relaxing in the moment, but the subsequent drop in your core body temperature after you get out of the warm water actually mimics a natural biological trigger for sleepiness. You could add Epsom salts to your bath, which are rich in magnesium, a mineral known for its ability to relax muscles and calm the nervous system. After your bath, you might engage in a few minutes of very gentle, restorative stretching. Nothing strenuous. Simple neck rolls, shoulder shrugs to release the tension of the day, a gentle cat-cow stretch to soothe the spine. The goal is simply to check in with your body and release any physical tightness you might be holding on to. For your mind, the wind-down routine is a time for mental decluttering. One of the most effective tools for this is what is often called a worry journal, or a brain dump. Keep a simple notebook by your bedside. About half an hour before you want to sleep, sit down and write out everything that is on your mind. All the worries, the to-do lists for the next day, the nagging concerns. The physical act of transferring these thoughts from your head onto the paper can be incredibly freeing. It's as if you are telling your brain, I have acknowledged these concerns, they are safely stored here, and I do not need to keep rehearsing them right now. Once you are done, close the notebook. Give yourself permission to let those worries rest on the page until morning. You can then follow this with a practice of gratitude. On a separate page, or in a different notebook, write down 3 simple, specific things from your day that you are grateful for. It could be the taste of your morning coffee, a kind word from a neighbor, or the beauty of a sunset. This practice actively shifts your brain's focus from a state of lack and worry to one of appreciation and peace, which is a far more conducive state for restful sleep. This entire wind-down routine, when practiced consistently, becomes a powerful Pavlovian trigger, signaling to every part of your being that the noise of the day is done, and the quiet of the night is a time for safe and peaceful rest. Our fourth natural remedy takes us into the kitchen, to explore the profound connection between what we eat and drink and how we feel, especially during the quiet hours of the night. The food and mood connection is incredibly real, and making mindful choices, particularly in the evening, can have a dramatic impact on your body's ability to relax and stay asleep. Let's first talk about a few things we should aim to avoid in the hours leading up to bedtime. The most obvious culprit is caffeine. It is a powerful stimulant that is designed to promote alertness. What many people don't realize is its long half-life, meaning it can stay in your system for many hours. That cup of coffee or tea you had at 3 in the afternoon could very well be the reason your mind is racing at 11 at night. Consider implementing a personal caffeine curfew, making a rule for yourself not to consume any caffeine after, say, 2 in the afternoon, or even noon if you are particularly sensitive. And be mindful of hidden sources of caffeine, which can be found in some sodas, chocolate, and even certain pain relief medications. Another common but misunderstood substance is alcohol. Many people believe a glass of wine or a nightcap helps them relax and fall asleep. And while it may initially cause drowsiness, alcohol is a major disruptor of your natural sleep architecture. As your body metabolizes the alcohol during the night, it can cause you to wake up frequently. It particularly suppresses REM sleep, which is vital for mental restoration. Often, this nighttime waking is accompanied by a surge of adrenaline, which can trigger feelings of anxiety and make it very difficult to fall back asleep. It's also wise to avoid large, heavy, fatty, or spicy meals close to bedtime. These kinds of meals require your digestive system to work overtime, which is the opposite of the restful state your body needs to be in. They can also lead to physical discomforts like indigestion, heartburn, or acid reflux, any of which can easily cause you to wake up feeling distressed and anxious. Similarly, consuming a lot of sugar in the evening can cause a spike in your blood sugar, followed by a crash, which can disrupt your sleep and trigger the release of stress hormones. So, what should you be choosing instead? If you feel you need a small snack before bed, focus on foods that support calm. A small bowl of oatmeal or a piece of whole grain toast provides complex carbohydrates, which can help increase the production of serotonin in the brain, a neurotransmitter that promotes a feeling of well-being and calm. Foods rich in the amino acid tryptophan can also be beneficial, as tryptophan is a precursor to both serotonin and the sleep hormone melatonin. Good sources include a small glass of warm milk, a handful of almonds, or half a banana. Bananas and almonds also have the added benefit of being rich in magnesium, our relaxation mineral. A warm, comforting beverage like the chamomile tea we discussed earlier, or perhaps a caffeine-free, sleepy time herbal blend, can be a wonderful part of your routine. And finally, pay attention to your hydration. While it's important to be well hydrated, as dehydration itself can negatively affect your mood, try to taper off your fluid intake in the 1 to 2 hours before bed. Waking up in the middle of the night with a full bladder can be a major trigger that starts a cascade of anxious thoughts. Making these gentle, mindful nutritional choices in the evening is another way of sending your body a clear and consistent message of safety and preparation for rest. Our fifth and final remedy is about transforming your physical environment. It's about consciously creating a personal sanctuary for sleep. Your brain is an incredibly powerful association machine. Over time, it learns to associate certain places with certain activities. The goal is to make your brain associate your bedroom, and specifically your bed, with one thing and one thing only: peaceful, restful sleep. This is a core principle of good sleep hygiene. Therefore, the bedroom should be reserved for sleep and intimacy. That's it. It should not be a place where you work on a laptop, watch stressful news programs, eat meals, or have heated, difficult conversations. When you do these stimulating or stressful activities in bed, your brain starts to form a new association. It begins to see the bed as a place of wakefulness, stress, and activity. This can create a conditioned form of anxiety, where you might feel fine all day, but the moment your head hits the pillow, your mind starts to race because that's what it has been trained to do in that environment. One of the most powerful, though perhaps counterintuitive, rules to follow is this: if you cannot sleep, get out of bed. Lying in bed for hours, tossing and turning, looking at the clock, and feeling increasingly frustrated and anxious about not sleeping is one of the worst things you can do. It solidifies that negative association between your bed and a state of frustrated wakefulness. The rule of thumb is about 20 minutes. If you have been lying awake for what feels like 20 minutes and you are not feeling drowsy, it's time to get up. Go to another room that is dimly lit. Do something quiet, calm, and frankly a little boring. You could read a chapter of a dull book under a low light, listen to some soft instrumental music, fold a load of laundry, or work on a simple jigsaw puzzle. The key is to avoid turning on bright lights and absolutely no screens. Only return to your bed when you begin to feel genuinely sleepy and ready to drift off. This practice takes discipline, but over time, it is incredibly effective at retraining your brain to understand that your bed is a place for sleep, not for struggle. Beyond this crucial behavioral practice, you can optimize the sensory environment of your bedroom to make it a true haven for rest. Aim for complete darkness. Light is the most powerful signal to your brain that it's time to be awake. Even small amounts of light from an alarm clock, a charger, or streetlights filtering through your window can inhibit the production of melatonin. Invest in good blackout curtains or blinds. Cover any small electronic lights with a piece of electrical tape. If needed, a comfortable, soft sleep mask can be a wonderful tool. Your sanctuary should also be quiet. Unexpected noises can easily disrupt your sleep cycle. If you live in a noisy environment, consider using simple foam earplugs. Another excellent option is a white noise machine, which produces a consistent, soothing sound that can mask more jarring noises. Even a simple electric fan can serve the same purpose. Finally, your sanctuary should be cool. To initiate sleep, your body's core temperature needs to drop slightly. A bedroom temperature between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, or 15 to 19 degrees Celsius, is generally considered ideal for sleeping. Choose breathable bedding made from natural fibers like cotton or linen. Curating your sleep environment is a profound act of self-care. It is about creating a space that feels safe, predictable, and deeply comforting. A space where your body and mind feel secure enough to finally let go. As we bring our conversation to a close, let's gently review the 5 pathways to peace we have explored together. We discovered the power of your own breath, an anchor that is always with you, capable of guiding your nervous system from a state of alarm to one of calm. We met the gentle herbal allies like chamomile and lavender, who offer their soothing properties as a gift from nature. We learned the importance of creating a mindful wind-down routine, a sacred buffer of time that signals to your whole being that it is time for rest. We uncovered the subtle but significant connection between our food choices and our nighttime mood, learning what to embrace and what to avoid in the evening hours. And finally, we discussed how to transform our bedroom into a true sanctuary, a safe haven designed for deep and restorative sleep. I want you to see these not as a list of rules to follow perfectly, but as a collection of invitations. They are invitations to be kinder to yourself, to be more patient with your body and mind, and to become an active participant in creating your own sense of peace. You may find that one or two of these remedies resonate with you more than others, and that is perfectly fine. Start there. Start small. Perhaps this week, you will simply commit to turning off the television 30 minutes earlier and sipping a cup of herbal tea. That is a beautiful beginning. Be compassionate with yourself on this journey. Some nights will inevitably be better than others. The goal is not to achieve some mythical state of perfect sleep, but to build a robust and reliable toolkit of strategies so that when nighttime anxiety does visit, you feel empowered and prepared, not helpless. You have within you a deep well of resilience and wisdom. You have the power to soothe your own nervous system, to quiet your own mind, and to create your own peace. Thank you for taking this time for yourself today. May your nights be filled with increasing calm, comfort, and deep, restorative rest.